everyone, I hope everyone's feeling blessed and highly favored. I hope you're all well. This was actually going to be a predictions reading because I think I need a psychic world predictions reading. I've got notes from the past 3 months, and in December I said that I would do a follow-up because I've still got stuff. So if you're interested in the global psychic predictions in general, and that's where, you know, I do some of the predictions, we can pull cards, we tap into the energies at the moment, please leave a comment. I think so far I probably need 3 recordings, but you know, it covers the world and things going on. I would still say catch the ones I've done December as well. I mean, I mentioned in that aviation, and I don't know if any of you heard about the whistleblower. I was going to do a reading on that, the Boeing whistleblower, and if you're interested in that, let me know, and then I know to dedicate time. Obviously, if only one person comments or no comments, I know no one's interested, so when you let me know what you're interested in, I can go ahead with. I've still got a couple of crime ones to do part 2 on, and it feels like the energy is holding me back at the moment. That's why I've not done it, although I've got really psychically what I want to say on it, and some of it, one of them will be actually pulling tarot cards and seeing what we get along with me psychically. So I'm not delaying that. You will also see that some of the signs are not getting as regular readings upcoming, and I've been saying this for a very long time, support your readings. So within this video, what I'm actually going to do is we're going to look at the energies. We've got a lunar eclipse on the 25th. You could be the 24th for you, depending on where you are. So energies are very strong. And also we're going into Mercury retrograde. We're coming out of Pisces season. We'll go into Aries. Pisceans might not like hearing this, but I think it's been quite difficult for certain elemental signs in Pisces season, like fire signs might have felt like it's been difficult. Some air signs might have felt challenged. So, you know, the change into Aries might help if someone's been struggling mentally. If you're a Piscean with heavy placements of fire, for example, you might have felt like you've been questioning your identity quite a bit, up in your head, up in your emotions, clouded. So, but overall, I think those with the sun, also the moon can affect. So it depends. So the lunar eclipse, depending where you are, 24th, 25th, very strong. Energies will start to move into it, by the way, very soon. The energy is leading up and then it dissipates until the energies go into the new moon phase. So what do I want to say with this? I'm going to put this here so you've got a bit more visual. Synchronicities will occur, and you might have felt they already started within March, and this is prior especially to the eclipses, because we've got a couple of eclipses coming up. We've got the lunar and then we have the solar, and so it'll be during the month period. So this is going to be good for a good 6-week period, because after the actual peak of the lunar or the solar, you've got a 2-week countdown. And there's going to be turbocharged new beginnings, really depending on where it sits is in your astrology and in your houses. But new beginnings, breakthroughs, turning points, releasing old patterns. Everything is happening in divine timing, and it's all leading to your growth, your change, shedding things, manifestations, and believing. So trust it. Okay. I do want to touch on Mercury retrograde as well, because it's important. and this is going to be coming up. We're going into the pre-shadow phase. So with that, and I might do a further channeling on the eclipses, because I was gonna do it more on a channeling the energy, and if you're interested in that, please let me know. I need to do it as soon as possible if so. But Mercury retrograde pre-shadow starts within sort of the next 24 hours. We're already sort of hitting in it depending on your time zone. And for the next 2 pre-shadow weeks, it might request us to slow down a bit of practice mindfulness. And even if we don't, we might feel that the universe slows us down. Communication might slow down. We're waiting to hear on a job offer or certain things or outcomes, and it seems to be dragging. It seems to be very slow. You feel like, I keep wanting to shuffle that moon. I was going to say, you feel like some things that are hidden. With the first lunar eclipse that I mentioned, that's coming up next week, during this pre-shadow, it's going to indicate important changes that are already happening. And one thing I do want to say, oh, that's a nice change. One thing I do want to say is, like, you know that snakes, we know snakes shed their skin, but do you know that snakes shed their old skin in order to grow and remove parasites that may be attached to their old skin as well? So just think of that. I feel that has real deep meaning when we think of transformation and things that life tends to shed from us. We're being encouraged to shed the old so we can grow, which means we're at a life-changing period. Look at this. 10, you can't lie, look. 10 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles. Shedding, the dawn after an old version of you or something that you've gone through that you need to release. There's a card here that's, there we go, death. You can't, like, look at that. You can't really lie about things, is it? Shedding the old, releasing the old, and we come into the new. And it is another 10. There's completion here. This symbolizes a 4 for me, which is stability coming through, and we can see that, which is great because there's a lot of financial pressure at the moment, and it's a life-changing period is starting with important endings, releasing, closure. I think also better decisions, and new beginnings that lead us to bigger celebrations, and we can see that. That can also mean we feel quite worried, we feel quite defensive as things get shed from us, which is normal during this period. And so something else, you know, Mercury retrograde goes in pre-shadow for 2 weeks, and then there's a post-shadow of 2 weeks, and then it is in retrograde. And depending how long it is in retrograde, let's say it's a couple of weeks, a month, usually it's not less than a couple of weeks. We had a very short one in December, I believe, which I discussed. So that could be, like I said, we're talking about a good period here. So the first, you know, this is the first actually Mercury retrograde of this year, 2024. And it's going to be beginning on the, you know, at the beginning of April. And it'll happen in the sign of Aries, because we're moving out of Pisces into Aries. This one will feel beyond intense and may test some of us to the fullest. And it's just mentally preparing. Look, what did I say about financial overcome? But also where we feel left out in the cold by the universe. So it's going to help mentally prepare you pre-shadow and bring you into an energy ahead of the energy that's coming up when it's actually in it, which means you could be feeling like something is brewing. There's the world. I can't lie about some of these things. And look, the Tower, shedding. You know, there's a lot of major here, but once we do the major of the universe deciding to shed things from us, we then tend to have more control. Can you see less major arcana? There's completions in a new chapter. Yes, we might feel a bit wounded here, but it's all coming through, and there's breakthroughs for us in areas that we've struggled in. Some of us, it could be even health. The pre-retrograde shadow is slowly starting to be felt by many of us if we're quite sensitive. But it is really now, you know, it's in the few hours of actually, that's it. It's formally known as the pre-shadow period. You might want to watch communication impulses. Slow it down, listen to yourself a little bit about it before you jump to conclusion, before you become impulsive, before you just kick off in communication. Things might start to feel a bit scattered, and there might be problems with electronic devices, with our communication, with our emails, etc. And so when it's in Aries, what's on your mind and be confident is needed. There's going to also be Venus in Pisces. Let's pull a card for that. Magician, very strong. Venus in Pisces. Can you see every card I pull here is major arcana? This is unbelievable how the split is. But manifesting, I mentioned manifestation at the beginning of this video. It's really important. Venus in Pisces is romance is coming and we're feeling extra dreamy. Venus in Pisces can make us feel like, you know, when you sit and daydream about, oh my God, yeah, the perfect person, this, and you go into your own sort of dreamy land, but you could be manifesting this into reality with this Magician card, where at the number one, we've got all the resources we need to bring that into place. We've also got the High Priestess here. And so these two are very powerful during this time. Definitely representing Pisces here with the High Priestess. It's a sensitive time that requires rest and trusting the process as well. And we can see that because when you fight these cards here and this one, you will not win. So there's a trusting of the process, and that's where I said it might leave us feeling a bit sensitive. Some of us might feel a great energy. This is not meaning that it needs to be bad. Please don't understand it that way. So this is really what I have, which I think is beautiful. Let's pull a couple of more cards. What are we pulling on though? Let's just see what else can be coming through within this next sort of lunar eclipse. Solar eclipse I might do separate, but obviously it leads up to it. A lot of shedding and walking away, a balance, a karmic balance for those of us that have been wanting to have that. There will be communication, but again, we have to be careful on our hastiness of communication. A lot of us will get the mental clarity, the communication we've been waiting on. And if there are delays, we just have to trust the process. Again, a repeating message. There are celebrations for us to come when we let go and release and trust the universe and just allow it to move us to calmer shores and the new beginnings that come in. A lot of them around what we've actually been waiting for. I can see a lot of people might be considering travel, either holiday or even relocating. There's a juggling of decisions that you might feel like you're doing around this time, especially when we've got Venus in Pisces and there's the romance we've got. We need to let go of the burdens that are holding us back in life, because really, where is your energy going? Is your energy going to others and you're overgiving, like this Queen of Cups who gives out her love to everyone else but forgets herself? The Queen of Wands balances that out and knows that she needs to nurture herself. She doesn't necessarily show her emotions on her cuff, but she's quite spiritually aligned as well. You know, Page of Swords is showing us there might be miscommunications. There could be online issues. So this is a period where, you know, where sometimes there's glitches with Instagram or something like that. That could occur. But, you know, if there is the new chapters, the new stability that I was talking about here that comes in. And some of it might require, you know, us really working together as humanity to bring in what we need to. And then the Archangel and the Temperance of Sagittarius comes in. Temper when we feel impulsive. if the universe is wanting us to slow down and have patience where, you know, we've been planting seeds, then that's what we need to do. We need to also overcome some heartbreak. Look at areas where we can have that solid partnership in place, where that partnership is a giving and receiving and is not just taking us to make feel that we're in that 10 of Wands energy. The Sun card and the Judgment, there's the give and take I was mentioning. Having a different perspective of certain things, especially when it comes to positive beliefs and what we can achieve. And that one day we could be in a very dark place, but the next day, for example, if you're looking for a job and you're on the fine line of just like financially, believing that, you know, the next day you might get that call come back to you for a job, you know, that sort of stuff. So I'm going to leave it here. This is a collective message. If you enjoyed this, please do let me know. It gives us the heads up for the energies, and I might do one coming up for the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse. But again, if you want a channeling of the energies of the moons that are coming up around the solar, the lunar, and possibly the next phase, because we start the new astrological new year, which means the energies are from now. And maybe if I do the channeling, it might be for the month. It could be good onwards. You know, we're all also at different chapters. So if you're interested in that, you could let me know. If you want the global psychic predictions, also let me know. If you're a subscriber, I'm thinking to put a poll up, but it'd be great to know in the comments as well before that poll. What are you following the channel for? Is it for your tarot readings? And what placement is that? So do you watch on my channel mainly for your sun sign, because that's the one that's resonating for you the most, or do you cross watch? What are you interested in those topics? Do you like, for example, the crime and your tarot? Do you like the collective all signs? Do you like the love tapping in readings? What is it that you're following for? What is the content you want? You need to be a subscriber. You need to be following and supporting your readings and the content as well. But that will help, especially when it comes down to the sign readings, which I've really looked at for a very long time in terms of those that are being supported. 4 views on something, anything less than 10 is just not really worth my energy that could be dedicated somewhere else. So this is what we have for the upcoming energies. So it'll be interesting to see how you've been feeling in Pisces season as well. So a lot to comment about and share. Take care, everyone. Stay blessed, and I'm going to see you in our next one. Bye for now.